watching Republic.
Very good morning. Thank you for tuning in to Friday's edition of Quick Morning. I'm Samiksha Srivastava. One of the big news breaks that came in yesterday was Mamata Banerjee offering to resign as Chief Minister. We do not yet know whether it's a farce or a political gimmick. That's going to be one of our top focus stories. Let's begin first up with the other stories that we are tracking. On Thursday, talks to address the ongoing impasse between junior doctors and the Bengal government over the Arjekar hospital crisis collapsed. This after the protesters refused to enter the meeting venue and demanded live telecast of the proceedings, which the state rejected due to ongoing court cases. Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee expressed her willingness to resign to restore normalcy in the state-run healthcare sector. She further blamed external political forces for what she said sabotaging the talks. Banerjee even criticized the demand for live streaming as unreasonable given the judicial constraints, while the doctors insisted on transparency and fairness in the discussions. West Bengal Governor C.V. Anand Bose has announced that he would not share any public platform with Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee. In a video message, Anand Bose stated that he would also socially boycott Mamata Banerjee, criticizing her for constitutional violations and pledged to focus solely on his constitutional duties. Moreover, the governor also expressed support for Abhaya's family and the protesters, accusing the government of failing in its responsibilities.
Assessment of the society of Bengal. The government has failed in its duties in assuaging the sentiments of the parents and the society. The Home Minister has failed in her responsibility to maintain law and order and ensure that there is rule of law in the state.
And while the governor said that he will not share would socially boycott, situation in Bengal remains tense. In other news, External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar highlighted that about 75% of the disengagement issues between India and China have been resolved, but the ongoing militarization of the border remains a significant challenge. Speaking at the Geneva Center for Security Policy, the External Affairs Minister said that the Galwan Valley clash in June 2020 severely impacted India-China relations, further emphasizing that border violence cannot be separated from border ties. He also acknowledged that while negotiations have made progress, a full resolution requires addressing the militarization and restoring peace and tranquility, expressing hope that resolving the disengagement issues would lead to improved ties between the two countries.
Lot of adjectives. It's definitely a very complex relationship because if you look at it, these are two civilizational states. They have a long history. They are also states who, at various points of time in history, were very big in the global economy, in the global society.
And in other news that we're tracking, CPIM General Secretary Sitaram Yechury passed away yesterday after prolonged battle with a lung infection. The 72-year-old was admitted in AIIMS hospital last month and had been on respiratory support since then. Yechury's body will be available for public viewing at the party headquarters on Saturday before being donated to AIIMS for medical research in accordance with his wishes. Sitaram Yechury was a key figure in coalition politics since the mid-90s and was even known for his pragmatic approach.
Just the party, but the movement for social change, for revolution, in which Comrade Sitaram for decades has played such an important role. We have lost him, but India has also lost her son, whose commitment to India, to the values of India, to the values of secularism, democracy, pluralism, Comrade Sitaram fought for those values.
The BJP will organize a statewide protest in Maharashtra today to protest against Congress leader Rahul Gandhi's remark about potentially scrapping reservation policies in India if India becomes a fair place. The protest has been termed Congress Hatao Arakshan Bachao and will be led by the party by various leaders across the state. In fact, Chandrasekhar Bhavan Khule, Ashish Shelar and Devendra Fadnavis, the Deputy Chief Minister, will be part of this protest. Gandhi has meanwhile clarified that he was misquoted and that his pledge to increase reservation limits beyond 50% if Congress comes to power in the country. The INLD candidate Arjun Chautala filed his nomination papers for the Rania Assembly constituency yesterday. During the nomination, he was accompanied by his grandfather, former Haryana Chief Minister Om Prakash Chautala, and his wife Jasmine Chautala as well. Om Prakash Chautala, note, has criticized the government's handling of affairs, claiming that it's a misrule that has troubled the people, and has asserted that the INLD will form the next government. Arjun Chautala also expressed confidence in his victory while criticizing the Congress and the BJP, saying that he will contest against his grand-uncle and cabinet minister Ranjit Singh Chautala for the Rania seat.
मौजूदा कुशासन से इस देश का हर नागरिक दुखी है, परेशान है। और अतीत में हमारी सरकार के वक्त में जो सुविधाएं लोगों को मिली थी, आज लोग यही उम्मीद लगाए बैठे हैं कि वही सरकार आएगी तो लोगों को ये सुविधाएं मिलेगी।
Tensions continue to simmer over the issue of illegal structures in Shimla. A Muslim welfare committee has even offered to demolish the unauthorized portion of the structure, while community members in the Mandi district have already dismantled part of it on government land. The committee's delegation that have sought permission from the Shimla Municipal Commissioner to remove the unauthorized section to maintain harmony in the region. In fact, in response to recent protests demanding demolition of the illegal structure, Shimla police has registered multiple FIRs against over 50 individuals involved in the unrest, which led to injuries and clashes. Security, meanwhile, has been heightened across Shimla, and investigations into the protests are ongoing. Two protesters were killed after police resorted to firing to disperse a mob that attacked them during eviction drive against alleged encroachers that was being held in Assam district. The violence erupted when Bengali-speaking Muslim villagers who had reoccupied previously cleared land assaulted officials and police officials with weapons and stones, injuring more than 20 personnel and damaging a police vehicle as well. Following the incident, security has been heightened in the region. JDU leader and Union Minister H.D. Kumaraswamy has criticized the Karnataka government over the violent incident in Mandya district on Wednesday night. Two groups had clashed during a Ganpati procession that was being carried out. Several people had sustained injuries in this incident, which included two policemen. H.D. Kumaraswamy blamed the Sitaram government for its failure and inefficiency to handle the clashes, accusing the state administration of poor law and order management. He even dismissed Home Minister G. Parmeshwara's claim that the incident was a spontaneous event and not communal violence, and suggested that the disturbances might have been instigated by outsiders. The DRDO and the Indian Navy has successfully conducted a flight test of the vertical launch short-range surface-to-air missile from the integrated test range in Odisha's Chandipur region. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh congratulated the DRDO, Indian Navy and associated teams, further saying that the test reaffirmed the missile's system's high reliability. Now, in the month of August, India's inflation increased slightly, which of course remains above the target that's been set by the RBI, which is 4%. Let's take a look at the business stories that we are tracking. In August 2024, India's retail inflation saw a slight increase from 3.6% to 3.65%. It stayed within the experts' expectations of 3.2 to 4%. Food inflation rose marginally with a 3% increase in vegetable prices. Pulse inflation, however, moderated to 13.6%, and core inflation remained steady at 3.4% despite the uptick in food prices. Overall inflation remains controlled. This was influenced by lower fuel costs and stable core inflation. Rural Rural inflation continued to exceed urban inflation, with rural CPI at 4.2% compared to 3.1% in urban areas. The Reserve Bank of India is not expected to alter its policy stand in the near term, with inflation likely to approach 5% in September due to persistent food pressures. Meanwhile, Paytm has highlighted its focus on integrating artificial intelligence into its core business. At the annual general meeting, CEO and founder Shekhar Sharma mentioned that some AI technologies could evolve into standalone businesses. He further discussed the company's shift from a payment-centric model to a fee-based model, emphasizing cross-selling financial services like loans and insurance to merchants. Paytm aims to expand its merchant base from 40 million to 100 million. The company will soon apply for payments aggregator license from the RBI following recent FDI approval from the Indian government. Tata Power Energy, renewable energies arm, Tata Power EV charging solutions and Tata Motors has signed an initial agreement to establish charging stations for electric vehicles. According to the agreement, the companies will establish 200 fast charging stations for electric commercial vehicles across all major metro cities. This includes Mumbai, Delhi, Chennai, Bengaluru and Kolkata as well. This collaboration aims to enhance sustainable mobility measures by providing exclusive charging tariffs for Tata Motors electric commercial vehicle owners as well. Moreover, this will reduce operating costs and boosting profitability. The partnership will contribute to a broader network of nearly 1,000 fast chargers nationwide and explore the use of renewable energy to further green electric vehicle operations. Tata Power has already developed a significant network of chargers under the EZ Charge brand. This includes more than 1,100 bus charging stations and extensive home and public charging points as well. Meta has announced its plan to introduce new features to enhance business customer interpretation on WhatsApp. The new update will include the full rollout of the verified badge for small businesses, which includes a trust maker and helps establish credibility as well. Meta had introduced AI tools to streamline customer engagement, with nearly early text testing in India showing promising results. New customizable messaging features will allow businesses to send personalized messages and even schedule them efficiently. Additionally, Meta will launch WhatsApp Bharat Yatra to train small businesses in Tier 2 and 3 cities on using WhatsApp business feature. This initiative aims to support business growth, improve customer experiences and strengthen WhatsApp's role in India's digital transformation. A recent report by the Office for Budget Response (OBR) has warned that UK's public debt could rise by as much as 274% of annual GDP by mid-2070s unless proactive measures are implemented. This could also potentially exceed to 300% due to various risks. The OBR report suggests that to manage this debt, public spending need to be significantly increased. The report also highlights that global climate change efforts and public health improvement could offer substantial reductions in debt levels. The upcoming forecast will be released on 30th of October with new Finance Minister Rachel Reeves' budget. It will address the current €22 billion deficit and likely include tax increase as well. Chief Secretary to the Treasury emphasized the urgent need for effective spending and growth strategies to address the inherited financial challenges that the country has been facing. And let's now take a look at international stories that we are tracking, with key focus on the tensions in the Middle East and the countdown to the US elections. Iranian president held a meet with Iraq's Kurdistan region president. Iran's president noted that Iran and the region are working together in many occasions. Also said that the meeting was historic as it would strengthen ties and will be developed in all aspects of both its regions. Pakistan president also met Kurdish officials, including Masoud Barzani, the former president and the former prime minister of the Kurdish region. Ukrainian President Zelensky, during a briefing in Kiev, confirmed that Russia has started counter-offensive actions in the Kursk region. Zelensky even added that the actions in Kursk region that Ukraine troops had anticipated such a response. Speaking about the threats from Belarus, he said that the troops have been amassed close to Ukraine border and the situation is under control. So the troops have been amassed. He also said about lifting the long-range restrictions that led to facts that Russia will move these military targets deeper into Russian territory, and if restrictions on partners were removed, it would be a strategy for Ukraine's victory in the region. Russian defense military said that the Russian forces had recaptured 10 settlements in the Kursk region from Ukraine. The military has released footage that shows crossings being built, pontoon crossings being built over a river, and Ukrainian vehicles having been destroyed by the Russian troops. In fact, just last month, Ukraine had launched an incursion into the Kursk region to divert its troops from the Donetsk region. Israeli president made his first ever visit by an Israeli premier to the Balkan country. He arrived in Albania for a 2-day visit. He held a meet with Albanian President and also Prime Minister Edi Rama in the country's capital, Tirana. In a press conference, the Israeli president said that Albania is a great friend of Israel and Albania has stood up with Israel in difficult times. Albanian Prime Minister assured that Albanians are against every shape or form of anti-Semitism as well as expression of intolerance and prejudice against the Jews. He also commented on Israel-Hamas war and said that the conflict was absolutely something that should end sooner more than later.
Of course, we are very much aware that what is going on in the territories where the people of Israel and the people of Palestine live is absolutely very heavy and is absolutely something that should end.
The United Nations on Thursday reported that the Palestine's economy is in a free fall ever since the war between Israel and Palestine began on 7th of October last year. The production in the country has plunged to 1/6 of its level before the Israeli forces began an intense military counteroffensive to October 7 attack by Hamas in Israeli regions. At least 200 people have lost their lives in deadly typhoon that hit several parts of Vietnam. Nearly 125 people are reported missing. Local media in Vietnam reported that nearly 800 people have been injured in the flash floods and landslides. Most of these casualties reported in Vietnam's northern mountainous provinces. In the capital city of Vietnam, floodwaters from Red Sea have been receded and many areas are still undated. Many parts of Vietnam have been experiencing power outages and people are finding it difficult to access basic needs as well. A 4.7 magnitude earthquake rattled Los Angeles area on Thursday morning. No injuries and casualties were reported in the city. The US officials said that the earthquake was centered 7 kilometers north of Malibu and was about 11 kilometers below the surface. The jolts was felt as far as 72 kilometers away in the Orange County, where people reported items moving in their homes. It was followed by several smaller aftershocks. Officials in the region said that authorities have been surveying for damage but had not found anything major so far. We head into a very short break for now, but when we come back, we'll get you all the action that you're tracking from the world of sports and entertainment. Mr. Modi held a meet with the Indian Paralympic contingent at his residence in the national capital. The Prime Minister interacted with them and congratulated them on their record-smashing haul of 29 medals at the Paris Paralympics. The para-athletes dubbed Prime Minister Modi their Param Mitra and said that they feel motivated after meeting the Prime Minister. During the interaction, Sports Minister Mansukh Mandaviya as well as Paralympic Committee of India Chief Devendra Janjaria were also present. Javelin para thrower Navdeep Singh, who won a gold medal at the Paris Paralympics, gifted Prime Minister Modi his cap and took his autograph as well, while gold medalist in archery Harvinder Singh gifted his arrow to the Prime Minister.
इसे जब मिले तो एक तो मैंने उनको अपना एरो गिफ्ट किया जो वहाँ पे मैंने चलाए थे, और मुझे मिलते ही उन्होंने मुझसे कहा कि हरविंदर, आप खेतों में प्रैक्टिस करते थे और आपने देश के लिए मेडल जीता, क्योंकि कोविड के दौरान की मेरी फ़ोटो काफ़ी वायरल हो रही थी कि जब खेत में प्रैक्टिस कर रहा था, उसके बाद दूसरी फ़ोटो सीधा पेरिस में मेडल जीता। तो प्रधानमंत्री जी से हौसला अफजाई मिली, इस चीज़ की बहुत खुशी है, और आज उन्होंने हमारी पूरी टीम को बधाई दी इस चीज़।
Canada's Denis Shapovalov gave a winning start to his final as he defeated his Finnish opponent in a 7-6, 6-2 in Manchester in group stage finals. Shapovalov is a former world number 10 in singles by the Association of Tennis Professionals, raised to A into an early 3-0 lead in the first set. The French League's legal commission has ordered Paris Saint-Germain to pay 55 million euros in unpaid wages. Earlier, MAPE requested the commission's intervention regarding 3 months of unpaid salary and a portion of loyalty bonus after moving to Real Madrid on a free transfer this summer. The discussion between PSG's officials and MAPE's representatives occurred on Wednesday, but MAPE declined a mediation offer. Following this meeting, MAPE's representatives said that France striker had asked the commission to take note of the non-payment of salary and the loss of a loyalty bonus as well. Australian tennis player Alexei Popyrin has secured a victory over Czech Republic on Thursday as his opponent Thomas Makic retired for the second day in a row at the Davis Cup. Thomas suffered injuries during the opening match with Spain, which had cost him grief against the Australian. He managed to get through the game and 3 points before retiring and losing the tie for Czech Republic at the Davis Cup. The biennial tournament between the US and the Europe teams tees off at the Robert Trent Jones Golf Club in Virginia. The first in the contest history, with a thrilling tie over 14-14 in Spain, ensured Europe held on to the cup in 2023 as well, following the victories in Ohio in 2021 and in 2019 as well. After the win over with Spain, Europe returns with the 10-12 players can announce the pairings anytime soon.
I think to a lot of players this is the pinnacle of our careers, and it's just extremely important to us, and it means a lot to win. Even contributing to the team and our individual points as well, and we're just great friends, so I think that's
Italian tennis player Matteo Arnaldi has come through a challenging 3-set marathon to defeat Brazil's Thiago and secure a win for defending champions Italy over Brazil. Arnaldi won in 3 hours and 39 minutes in a match that featured 2 tiebreakers and countless long rallies as well. The world number 33 clinched the match 7 points to 5 in the deciding set tiebreaker match. And that was all the action that we're tracking from the world of sports. Let's now get you all the highlights from the world of glitz and glamour. Veer Das has been announced as a host of International Academy of Television Arts and Sciences, which takes place on 25th of November in New York. The actor-comedian was previously nominated for an Emmy in 2021 for his special Veer Das for India. However, he came back with a trophy only in 2023 when he won for his Netflix special Landing. A group of actors from the Association of Malayalam Movie Artists is seeking to break away and form new trade union with the Film Employees Federation of Kerala. Certain actors have even approached the FEKWA to register a new union. B. Unikrishnan, the General Secretary of FKWA, which is a confederation of 21 trade unions in Kerala's film industry, said that the actors have met him expressing interest in forming a new trade union. The AMMA currently has no elected office bearer after its 17-member executive committee resigned following sexual harassment allegations in the industry soon after Justice Hema panel report was released. Taylor Swift has won the biggest award at the MTV Video Music Awards, the trophy for the Video of the Year for Fortnite featuring post Milan Swift and Milan also took home the first televised award of the VMAs for best collaboration, handed to them by Flavor Flav and Olympian Jordan. Swift started the speech by giving a remembrance to everyone who lost their lives and loved ones, during the 9/11 attacks 23 years ago, before discussing Milan. Usher has released his concert film Usher Rendezvous in Paris. The film offers an impressive experience of his performance captured during Paris Fashion Week 2023.
I'm still blessed with the energy, time, focus to do it. I wanted to make certain that people could have something to remember. So coming together with Anthony Mandler to make this incredibly cinematic live experience would hopefully be something that will be remembered throughout time. It may be motivational to people. It may be inspiring. It may make you feel happy. It may make you feel joy, love, and passion. That's what it's about.
Cardi B has announced the birth of a third child on social media. She shared photographs of the newborn and revealed that she gave birth over the weekend. The 31-year-old Grammy winner recently filed for divorce from rapper Offset. The couple note had married in 2017 and are already parents to two children, a 6-year-old daughter named Culture and a 2-year-old son as well. American singer and songwriter Justin Timberlake is scheduled to enter a new plea today in his drunken driving case in New York's Hamptons. While Timberlake's legal team and representatives from the Suffolk County District Attorney's Office have not commented on the deal, the pop star will avoid the more severe consequences of his initial charges. Timberlake was arrested in a village of Sag Harbor on the eastern end of Long Island on 18th of June after police said that he ran a stop sign in the village center, veered out of his lane and got out of his BMW. The 43-year-old Tennessee native pleaded not guilty to a misdemeanor drunken driving charge.